Asking me here tonight. I consider this a great privilege to stand with all of you in honor of love. Yes, I said in honor of love because that is what I so strongly believe. It is indeed an honor to love, and none of us would be gathered here if it were not for love. If we would not have opened our hearts to another person in love and accepted the great gift of love, we would not be present tonight. No matter if we have loved through pregnancy, infancy, childhood, or adulthood, the love we have given was genuine. It was still true, and the loss of that love is ever so painful. Yes, I have experienced a cherished life being taken from me, but even though the life is gone, we need never surrender the love that we still hold in our hearts. So I want to stand with you to honor that love, even though it comes with loss, with pain, and with tears. Because I believe that this very act of loving is what makes us human and beautiful. For if we have never loved or never cried because of love, how diminished as persons we would be. Our tears stand in testimony of our love. And so we stand to honor that love and the gift of that love. I grew up in the 60s when every popular song talked about love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love, so Dionne Warwick told us. And the Beatles sang, all you need is love. I heard the words then, and I choose to still believe them. Love is amazing in the fact that it is not confined by any physical dimensions. Time does not determine the amount of love that a person can add into the world. A short life does not mean that only a small amount of love was given to the special people who were gifted to share that love. Most of us would agree that someone does not require a long life to impact us with their love. Also, I believe that love can never be erased from the world. Let me say that one more time. Love can never be erased from our world. Because once love presents itself and begins to grow, it is always with us in our hearts and in our souls. I believe that love does indeed go on and it lasts forever. Love is so necessary in our world. Maybe more today even than in that long ago past of my teenage years. I believe that love helps to dilute the sadness and the pain of our imperfect world. I am a hospice nurse, and part of my role is to assist my patients to find purpose and meaning as they review their life. I can see firsthand how words of love can bring peace and understanding to a family. Just a tiny amount of love can be ever so powerful, and I stand to honor that love. So what a beautiful place we have to gather for this celebration of our love. The angel of hope is unique in so many ways. She stands here with a joyful countenance and with arms wide open in an all-embracing hug. Or she could literally be throwing some love and good wishes our way. Who really knows? But I would like to think that she gives each of us what we need in this stage of our journey. And one thing I do know, the angel of hope does not stand with her arms folded as if she is holding all of her goodness close to herself. And she does not content herself with only looking solemn and holy. Nope, she is my kind of angel. She is an active angel. She is eager to share her goodness with all those who come to her. And she is always waiting for the opportunity to accept someone's burden and to share her dream of their healing from the sadness. I believe that I see the angel of hope holding us in those beautiful great arms of hers as we hold on to memories of love and as we prepare to love again. We are all fellow travelers on our journeys of love. We only stop tonight for a while, again, to stand in honor of that love. And as we travel through life, I purposely did not accept. We try to integrate the loss and love into our lives. And I purposely did not say accept the loss, since I am not willing or able to do that myself. But I try to mix it into my personality and allow it to flavor my life. We would all agree that we are forever changed after losing a loved one. But I do not want the death of my child to completely define who I am. But I want it to add a special type of sensitivity to how I approach people in my daily life and work. I want to be alert for ways to share part of her love with strangers as well as with friends. I endeavor to put my love for her and for my life in front of any fears that come my way, because I believe that love is stronger than fear. And I believe in the power of that love with all of its strength to heal, even to heal the pain of our losses. I would never want to allow the pain of losing my child to extinguish the beauty of the love that we had shared. However, I did not come to this attitude in the first year of grieving for my daughter. I can't really tell you how long that time of my journey lasted, but I can say that it was a dark part of my life. My daughter Amy, who was 16 years old at the time, was in a car accident that claimed her life and put my other daughter Jennifer in surgery to save her life. Jennifer blessedly survived, but in one afternoon and a phone call, my life was forever altered. I was blessed with supportive friends and family. I went to counselors and I read every piece of self-help writing that I could get my hands on, just knowing that if I read the right article or book, I would feel better. But, of course, it doesn't work that way. Only by the strange passage of time did I begin to heal. And suddenly I realized that I had gone through a whole Friday without looking at my watch at 2:30 and not thinking of my loss. One of my friends was, and still is, our dear Kathy Lammert. She helped me by explaining the pain of loss this way. Our loss and sadness is like a wounded heart with bleeding and pain. Over time it will heal, scab over, and start to heal. But hearing of another's loss may cause it to bleed again and even hurt. I believe it will eventually heal, but it will leave a scar on our hearts forever. But as I have come to understand, that scar is not really a scar at all. It is a badge. For me, it is a badge of honor that has grown to grace my heart. And that honor, that is the honor of being gifted with the love of my daughter Amy. I was and will always feel privileged to have loved her. Even if I would have somehow known that her life would be prematurely taken from me, I would not have turned down the gift of being her mom. You see, the gift of love is a precious thing, and it does not matter how long the gift is held in our hands, because it will always stay in our hearts. For this is the nature of a parent's love for their child. So, I am here to say that life does go on after such a loss. Our journeys will take us to the next stage of life and of love that awaits each of us. And I wish to all of you this evening bright stars and fair winds to direct you on your journeys. I believe that wherever our paths take us, we will always be guided by the love of our children who have gone before us. The flowing of that love will never cease to exist between us. So let us always remember and honor the gift of that love. Thank you for allowing me to spend this wonderful evening here.